Hello my beautiful student, how are you? Today we have English word lesson. As we know, the last lesson we finished welcome unit, and today we will review all the things about welcome unit. And if you didn't understand anything about the last lesson, you can now listen and we will review it together. Let's go. First thing about this welcome unit, we have a conversation talking about Lily, Lisa, and Joe. They are in the class and they are introducing themselves to each other. Starting from Lisa, Lily say hi, and Lisa answers, say hello. Lily say, what's your name? And Lisa answering, my name's Lisa. What's your name? And Lily answers, say, my name's Lily. This is my friend Joe. Hi, Joe. Hello. So this is Lily, Joe, and Lisa. What's important about this conversation is for you to know how to write name, your, my, and this is, okay? And how we know to write what's the short term of what is. And we have names, is the short term of name is. Also we have my names here, okay? So we wrote all those new words on the board. Also we wrote it on our copybook. So now let's go to the grammar. The grammar of this page talking about how to we use it's and it is, okay? It is the short term of it is. So the I will be coming to a comma. So it is the short term and it is the long term. Let's use it here. We have what is it? What is it? We have to look at the picture, then write it is a desk. So I ask by is it, so you have to answer by it is. It is. Okay? Second one is say what is it? We have to look at the picture, then say it is a book. Okay? Third one, we have what is it? It's a bag, so we have to say it is a bag. So if you want to use the short term, we say it's a bag. It's a bag. And the long term say it is a bag. For also for this one, we say it is a pen. Okay? For this activity or those examples, we have to use the short term. For example, we ask what is it? We answer by the short term of it is. We say it's a pencil case. Okay? So for those examples too, we have to use it's. Okay? Here we used it is, but here we use it's. Also, in this activity, we have question and we have the answer, okay? If the answer was yes, we have to say it is. If the answer was no, we say it isn't, okay? We also wrote all those words in our copybook, okay? So, first example, we say, is it a pencil case? As we know, it's a red pencil case. So, the answer will be yes, it is, okay? Second one is writing ruler. So the question will be, is it a ruler? The answer will be no, it isn't. Okay, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. As we know, we used it isn't. So here we have to use it isn't as a short term, but the long term is writing like it is not. Here we say it's, it is. But here, when we make a negative, we say it is not. And if we want to make it short term, we say it isn't. It isn't. Let's take an example here. For example, it say, second one, is it a rubber? Is it a rubber? no, it is not. So here we used the long term, okay? We used the long term, but here in the answering the questions, we used the short term. We say it isn't, okay? So for this page, we used it's, and the long term, it is. And here we used the negative one. We say it isn't, and the long term say it is not. I hope you understand this one. Let's go for the next page. We have a conversation with Mr. Jolly, Dan, and Lily. Okay, this is Mr. Jolly, this is Lily, and this is Dan. They are in a shop, okay? It's starting from Mr. Jolly. Say, good morning, Dan. Good morning, Lily. And they answer Mr. Jolly. They say, good morning, Mr. Jolly. How are you? He answered, I'm very well, thank you. How are you? They answer, we're fine, thanks. So, for this conversation, we have something to learn about it. First thing, we have MR, which is we used it for Mr. Whenever we say Mr., we wrote MR, okay? Also, we have a short term, which is I am, which is the short term of I am. We wrote this on our copybook, as you remember. Also, we have we're, which is the short term of we are. Okay? So, for this conversation, we have to learn how to write I am, which is the short term of I am, and we have we're, which is the short term of we are. Also, we have to know how to write Mr. by writing MR, okay? Also, we can write good morning and also the other words on a paper as an exercise for you. Let's go for the grammar of this page. The grammar of this page talking about how to use they are, which is the long term, and the short term we make it there, okay? Number one is say, what are they? We have to look at the picture as we say, they are umbrellas. They are umbrellas. Why we say they are? Because in the picture we can see more than one umbrella. So whenever we see more than one thing, we have to use they are. But here we used only it is, because it is using for non-living things or animals, and is using for odd things or something will be more than only one thing. But here we use they are because we are talking about more than one thing. Let's have another example. For example, this is say, what are they? As we see, they are airplanes or planes. So we say they are planes, okay? Because they are more than one plane. Here we have another example talking about asking a question and answering by using the short term of they are, which is here, okay? For example, it say, what are they? We say, they're kites. They're kites, okay? Here, what we have, this example, we have to ask the question and answering by yes or no. If we answered by yes, we say they are. If we answered by no, we have to use not. So we say they aren't. They aren't. So here, as we see, here we said they are, okay? And the short term is say there. Here we use the negative one, or we are using not. For example, which is the answer will be no. We say they are not. This is the long term. The short term say they aren't. They aren't. Also, we used or we wrote all those new words in our copybook, okay? It's so important for you to differentiate between those and here and it's and it isn't, okay? Let's take a example here and answering a question is say, are they boats? As we see, they are two cars, so the answer will be no, they are not boats. Okay? So here we used they are not, which is the long term, and the short term is say they aren't. Okay, so for this page we understand how to use they are and the short term there, and the long term of they are not and the short term they aren't. So until now we have it's, it is, it isn't, oh, it is not. Also we have there, they are, we have they aren't, and the long term they are not. Okay, it's so easy. All you have to do is to practice and exercise on a paper and write those and repeat it for yourself. Let's go for the other page. This page is say talking about Lucy and her family. Let's read it together. It say, hi, I am Lucy. I am 8. This is my father and this is my mother. This is my brother Tom. He is 6. This is my sister Meg. She's 2. Okay? So, for this conversation, what we have to understand about it and what we have to learn about it is we have to use I am, which is the short term, and the long term is I am. Also, we have to know how to write number 8. This is number 8. And we have the new word, which is father, mother, brother, and sister. As we know, we say th, the sound of th, we pronounce it as th or the. Okay? Also, we have number 6. And this is number 2. And here, this is tell us how to use he's and she's. He is the short term of he is. And she is the short term of she is. Okay? So we have to know all those new things about this conversation. Here we are talking about this picture and where the pupil are. They are sitting or waiting in the rooms. So we have to write the names of the rooms. For example, we can see this green line goes to the living room. So here we're gonna write living room. Here is the kitchen, and here the stairs. Here the bedroom. Here is the bathroom, and here's the garden. So for this page we have to learn how to use his, which is the short term, and the long term is. So for this page we have to know how to write his, he is, she's, she is, I am, and I am. So his is the short term of he is, and she's is the short term of she is, and I'm in the short term of I am. How we use those? Whenever we are talking about a man or a boy, we use he, okay? And we use is with it. Whenever you talk about a girl or lady or woman, we are using she's or she is. Whenever you're talking about yourself, you say I am or I am. For example, this example, say, how old is Tom? We say he is 6. He is 6. So here we used the long term. We said he is. Why? Because Tom is a name of a boy. Okay. Also here we have number 3 is say how old is Meg? How old is Meg? We say she is 2. Why we say she? Because you are talking about a girl which is her name is Meg. Okay, we say she is 2, and we use is because we are talking about one person. And here is say how old are you? How old are you? You can say I am or I am, okay, because you are talking about yourself. And here we have this activity is say how old is Meg? we say she's too. Why we say she's? Because here we use the short term of she. Also here we have an example talking about a question and answer. It say where's mom, and answering she is in the bathroom. It's talking about this picture. We say here is the bathroom. Okay, so it's talking about how to use she is, which is the short term of she is. Also we have someone those examples. For example, this one, we have Lucy. We have to ask, say, where's Lucy? She is, we say she is in the bedroom. She is, so we use she is. And here we have Dad. Where's Dad? He is in the living room, so we say he is. So we say it, we use his for boy or man, and we use she is for girl or a lady or a woman. Okay, and we have I am, which is whenever we talk about ourselves. Okay, so for this page, those were the important thing about the conversation and the grammar. Let's go for the other page.